My name is Tara Lynn, and I am from New York.
Hi, my name is Dana, and I am a recovering drug addict.
My name's Joe.
My name's Stephanie, I'm an addict.
My name is Gina, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict.
I scared a lot of people, especially the people I loved, like my parents, my wife, my sons, my daughters, and I was so close, afraid I was going to really hurt somebody.
I first began using when I was 13, and I've pretty much used everything there is. I also have an alcohol problem.
I hurt my back while in the military, and I started taking prescription drugs to deal with the pain.
And what brought me here to Hemet Valley Recovery Center is my 9-year-old son. He died, and so what I did to cope with the pain is I ended up getting heavily into drugs, and it messed me up really bad. I ended up doing things I wouldn't normally do.
I was really scared. Like, I was scared because they talk about a life without drugs. And that's all I knew.
After 13 years of abusing Percocet, Vicodin, OxyContin, oxycodone, fentanyl, and Dilaudid, my liver failed. I went into the hospital in the morning and I thought I had the flu. And a couple hours later I was told I will be going into a coma and my liver was dead.
Just miserable way of life. And I kept doing that just to numb the pain, and I just kept numbing and numbing. I ended up losing my other son. The courts took him away because I wasn't a fit mom at that point anymore. So to deal with that, I kept using more and more.
Was what I call the ultimate screw-up. My mother passed away this past March, and because of my drinking, I missed her funeral.
It was getting harder and harder, and I knew I had a problem. I knew I had a problem all the time, but I couldn't. I was really afraid to face it, even though they didn't have to tell me. They knew it, I knew, but I wasn't nothing. I didn't want to do nothing about it.
I woke up miraculously 9 days later with a new liver. And I knew it was a gift. At that point, I gave up my addiction. I told everyone I need help and I need it now. I just almost killed myself. Please, someone help me.
I knew, having been in treatment before, that I had an alcohol and drug problem. I also knew that there was a better way of life, but I did not know how to get back there. I had always heard that this is a progressive disease, and I just saw how bad that really became for me and how much it got worse and worse.
That's all I knew. I was a dope fiend. I was shooting heroin. And I became someone that I never thought could happen to me. I never... When I came here, I was shocked. I'm like, what? I didn't know who I was. I never knew who I was.
And that's when I told my wife that I needed help, because it wasn't just hurting myself. I could tell them on down. They seen when I came home, I was all pale, purple, where they were slapping me, trying to bring me back. And I seen my mom crying, my dad crying, my sister, my wife. So I told them, look for help.
I alienated many family members. And after the death of my mother, I was referred to Hemet Valley Recovery Center.
It was a miserable way of life, and I needed to change. I just didn't know how or who could help. And finally, a friend of mine found Hemet Valley Recovery Center, and she called and got me in, and I didn't think I could do it because they make you deal with issues that you just don't want to bring up.
Because of my chronic pain issues and because of my transplant, I needed to find a place that was medically safe and that dealt with chronic pain, and I knew they could deal with all the issues that I had, because it is such a great need for me to survive and just keep plugging forward and not backstepping. And my social worker and my surgeon found Hemet Valley Recovery Center, and they specialized in a medical detox. They specialized in having an inpatient stay as long as they needed to.
And I said, fine. I said, but I need help with chronic pain. I need help with all of my issues, not just one issue. Thank God they understood that, and they called 2 very well-known treatment centers, both of whom said they couldn't take me because they didn't deal with all of those issues. And both of these places referred me to Hemet Valley Recovery Center because they said that they knew how to deal with chronic pain, mental health issues, addiction. And I was so grateful because I had never heard about a place that was able to deal with that. And they also had a medical detox.
They showed me that you can live life without drugs. And I'm crying because that's a miracle.
And it was very hard the first couple of days because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who these people were. I was across the country from where I lived. People were all different, but I learned quickly that everyone cared and everyone wanted to see me live and not choke on this liver failure.
But it's been a great experience. They have grief counseling, grief therapy, which is amazing. They've got me to deal with issues, and I can now talk about them, and basically they've taught me a whole new way of life. I am a happy person. I have a lot of good friends, and we have a really good time, and my life has completely changed. It's amazing what they have done for me.
I used to have goals and ambition, and I threw that all away. And I got him back now.
I just can't believe the amount of love I feel from people here. I really can't. I mean, it's just been, I don't want to leave, you know. I want to take everybody back east with me.
I found an inner strength I never thought I had. It was kind of liberating for me to get that back, because I've always just been so accepting of my weaknesses.
There is hope. There is life without drugs. And I'm getting my life back.
My son's funeral, we had released a box of butterflies, and they were so beautiful, and they went up to the sky, and it's something I had forgotten about because I've been covering up the pain. But now that I've become clean and sober, at least every other day, somehow in some form, I get a butterfly sent to me, whether it be outside or even in class. Sometimes I get a butterfly card when we're reading, or in arts and crafts, I make stained glass butterflies, and it's just amazing. Sometimes they land on my hand even, and it's just a little message from him letting me know that he loves me. And if I wasn't clean, I wouldn't be able to receive those messages. And so just amazing things that happened, and amazing things can happen to you too. Coming from me, it's a lot, because I run from each and every one of my problems, and I bury. And so I really encourage you to get out of that life and come here. Wonderful things can happen to you.